What's up, guys? Ryan here. I had to jump on and give my thoughts on Kerby Joseph, Mr. Zuper himself, getting a massive contract extension, the highest in NFL history for a safety. 4 years, $86 million. That man got a bag. It's just incredible, man. When you look at his stats from last year and his PFF ranking, which was 90.4, which ranks for first in the NFL. Thank you. 9 picks, first in the NFL. Thank you. I mean, I can't believe that there's actually some people out there who are saying this wasn't worth it for Brad Holmes and the Lions. I mean, what more do you want? The guy's playing out of his mind. You pay him. It's not paying him for what he's done. It's also paying him for what he's going to do. So, one valid criticism is how does this extension affect the rest of the team? And it's not even a criticism. That's just a valid question. We have a lot of guys to pay. We've drafted well. We have talent everywhere. So the truth is you can't pay everybody, right? One guy I think that has to be paid with Kerby, and he is with Kerby, is Brian Branch. Brian Branch is my favorite Lion personally, maybe second to Penei Sewell. Honestly, I think Brian Branch is going to end up being the better player when all is said and done. But that combo at safety is lethal. It just is. And if Terran Arnold really figures it out, Rakestraw comes along, maybe we draft another corner, our secondary can be truly deadly. But we need to figure that pass rush out, which then takes us to Aiden Hutchinson, right? So Hutch is due to make a stupid amount of money, and he should. He was well on his way to a Defensive Player of the Year last year if he didn't get hurt. But because he got hurt and because of the severity of his injury, I think the Lions probably are wise to wait and not jump on that extension until we see him truly return to form. And there's no way to know that he is until we see it. In game, are you putting up the same sack numbers? Are you causing that much of a ruckus back there? Are you giving teams fits? Truly. And if he hits the ground running next year, literally, I see no reason not to extend him right away. You want to do it before anyone else gets paid, because the second someone does, guess what? Price goes up. So, I don't know, man. When it comes to the other guys, the Jahmyr Gibbs, the JMOs, the Laportas, I don't know, man. One of these guys has to go. And we talked about it recently on the show. But if one of those guys is going to, for me, it's Jameson Williams. And I like JMO. I like JMO as a player. I think he's like a good person. Like he seems like a genuinely good dude despite the trouble he's gotten into. I think he's just a bonehead sometimes, with all due respect. And that's fine. You're allowed to be a bonehead when you're younger, but there's also consequences for it, right? And I think one of those consequences is NFL teams investing in you long term, regardless of the amount of talent that you have. I think his speed is stupid. And I do think a breakout year for JMO is incoming. More so than last year, like a truly dominant year with like 1,300 yards and some crazy amount of touchdowns or whatever, not just like your 1,000 yards that you got last year. But having said all of that, I think Gibbs is invaluable to the franchise. He just is. I think you pay that man whatever it takes because I think he's the best running back in football, minus maybe Saquon, just to show him that respect. Laporta is the one where a lot of people might choose JMO over, but I value Laporta too. I think he's Goff security. I think we've seen that he can be a dominant tight end, and those are just harder to come by than good, speedy receivers, even those of JMO's caliber. So I think having said all that, like with JMO's talent, with his production, with his bonehead moves off the field, I think you can afford to let him go, but you don't have to do it yet. That's the beauty of where we drafted him, right? We still got another year with him. Let's play it out, but let's also consider that we have to get something while we can and not just let him walk, right? So maybe he could be a trade deadline piece. Maybe he could be a piece to trade into tomorrow's draft. but we'll go from there. But I don't want to make this video about the whole team. I want it to be about Kerby Joseph. A lot of fans hate Kerby Joseph. Not ours, really. We love him. But a lot of other NFL fans, we've talked about it on the show, do consider him the dirtiest player in the NFL. I think that is a ridiculous thing to say. I think that is such an unfair perception of him. I think that he's been caught in a couple plays where a couple of guys really got hurt. The Tyler Higbees, the TJ Hawkinsons. You know, and I'll link the video to where we talked about it, and you can go listen to that if you're looking for our extensive thoughts as a group on that. But when you are Kerby size and you're trying to tackle guys who are 6'6", 250 or whatever they are, like, you can't go high. And they've also made rules against that where you can't go high because guess what? Guys are getting concussions, so you can't do that. That's a penalty. That's an ejection. We just saw with Brian Branch last year versus Green Bay. That option's out. And apparently you can't go low because when you do, guys run risk of getting hurt. And that's exactly what happened to Higbee and Hawkinson, like I just mentioned. So I don't know what Kerby Joseph is supposed to do. And I know the rules are the same for everybody. I just think he's had some bad luck in that. And I do think he has a little bit of a mouth on him, and that doesn't help that perception. He's kind of jawing at players a lot, and other fans don't like that. But a lot of Detroit sports heroes are of the similar vein. You know, shout out to Bill Laimbeer, shout out to Beef Stew, go Pistons. Like, that's just kind of it's the grit that we play with. That's what our team preaches. So it's never been dirty. It's for me it's tenacity, and it's competitive. Like that's all it is. So disagree about the dirty player. But hey, hate him if you want. The man just got a bag. So I'm happy we did. I'm happy we locked him up. And Kerby loves the city too, man. He tweeted today, "I love Detroit. Detroit loves me," and he could not be more right. So anyway, I mean, that's really all the thoughts I have. Oh, and I guess a lot of people are just talking about the Lions having a quiet free agent offseason type thing, and that's true. It has been quiet for us, but I think it will remain quiet because we have to invest money in the guys we have now, the guys who are proven, the guys who have been here from the beginning, and the guys who are going to carry us to a Super Bowl eventually. If that's, if that's what's going to happen. I'd rather sign Kerby Joseph than let him go and get a safety I'm not sure about in the open market, even if it means it being more expensive. So, you just can't do it all if you're Brad Holmes, right? Like you can't draft well, you can't pick up all these free agents, and you can't keep re-signing your guys. Like at some point, you kind of just have to make decisions, and he chose to invest in Kerby, and I couldn't be happier about it. So those are my thoughts. Please leave your thoughts below. What do you think about his extension? Is it too much money? Should we have invested elsewhere? Should we have let Kerby walk? And, it hurts to say even, and, go that way. But the truth is we have a young core, and, I mean, that's the price of drafting well. I'll just read the list. Brian Branch, Penei Sewell, Kerby Joseph, Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, Aiden Hutchinson, all 24 years old or younger. Just let that sink in. So, yeah, can't pay them all. Can't do what it is, but hey, we move, we keep going. I love the extension, but yeah, let us know your thoughts. We'll talk more about it after the draft, I'm sure, on next week's episode, but please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Appreciate you guys watching. Peace out.